Dunning, Andrew Leach, Tony Stack, Daryl Taylor in 15th, Adrian Hendy, Dave Kirkman, Peter Cowan, James McRitchie, and Christopher Keeble in 20th. So showing up on your screen, and well, it is definitely going to be an interesting one tonight. This track, one of the favourites of racing, a popular bike track, but it suits the Skip Barber cars very well. And Clay Hughes putting on pole tonight, his first, I believe, of this series. Looking like a good one for him there, so we'll see how this one plays out. Do apologise if we're just joining you live now. We've had a couple of technical hiccups tonight, as you could probably tell. But we are in fact live, and we are ready to race as the cars take to the grid. We'll get ourselves ready to roll here for 15 laps around Barber Motorsports Park. The cars now getting themselves lined up, ready for the start in just a moment's time, as it's currently, I believe, 9:41 in the morning, so an early start this time. No more pitch black racing, at least. Edwards starting third tonight. Tom Ward, of course, from Milano back in 7th place. Good to see him back on the track, although for Human Leaders, not here. I believe he's saying at the moment if he doesn't win the race, it won't be Fahim's fault. That's quite an angle to take, but regardless, we'll see how this one plays out. Hughes looking fast tonight. Our 1 second bracket to a 37.2, essentially. Takes us down to 15th place, so a fairly difficult track for good qualifying as the engines rev and we get ready to go tonight. Green flag waves, and the field's away. Treacherous first section here at Barber. Hard left-hand corner, short run, then into a 180-degree carousel corner before a short climb up onto a straight with a curve across the apex, making for a challenging light moment on the car whilst it's turning. Field gets through the first 2 corners, no real problems here. 45 cars in the field, 46 technically. Run down now to the hairpin corner here before we come up through the wooded section, and one of my favourite corners in just a few moments time. This is corner 4 and 5, we come through there onto the straight now for the chicane in the trees. Turn 6 up ahead, and then we have 7, 8 just tucked in. Little kink here through the chicane now and up through the fast back section here. A couple of chicanes for the cars to navigate. Definitely makes the racetrack a little more interesting. Definitely a bike circuit, of course, with this particular layout, but these small cars definitely benefit from it. Second chicane down, third chicane wider here, longer chicane, but it comes into a curving exit, so the cars need to be prepared. Clay Hughes still leading the way there. 33 of Halliburton still second. Edwards back in the 3rd spot. Cat still 4th, along with Matt Cox there. Up now around the climbing right-hander before dropping back down again in the final corner down the start-finish line, where we can see a lot of cars running wider here. But everyone keeps it intact. Tom Ward looking for a move here back from 7th place. Oh, car spins off behind them. That, I believe... Oh, we have a crash. Ewan Patterson lost his car at the final corner. I did say cars run wide here. Got a replay for you there. Patterson just runs a little too wide, gets in the grass, spins the car, whips back, hits the inside barrier, comes back out across the track, and is hit, unfortunately, by, I believe that was going to be the car there of Daryl Taylor in the 222. Unfortunate victim of that moment. Back towards your leaders now, and it's on to lap number 2 here. Simon Edwards, Ken Halliburton. As we have a bit of a shuffle at the front. 52 of Edwards comes up to 2nd place. Halliburton defends successfully against the 12 of Cat. Through the chicane again. Front of the field managing well. We have back to Ward in 7th, and we have Jack Hobbs, last car in that pack, really, down there in the 9th spot. So that's our lead group of about 9 cars here. Hughes, Halliburton, Edwards, Cat, Cox, Daniels, Ward, Cook and Hobbs. All staying fairly close together. SJ Dunning, first of our non-lead pack cars. Running the moment with himself, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts and Andrew Leach. Behind them it's Stack running alone. Then we have the groupings of Kirkman, Hendy, Cowan, Fraser, McRitchie and Keeble. Bill Fraser very awkwardly far back here, far more than normal. Running kind of slow, in fact, running wide here, avoiding people. Possibly had an accident He qualified 21st. I believe he's got himself into some trouble on the racetrack and has a damaged race car. He does indeed. Left pod is heavily damaged, so not looking like his night, I believe. Hughes still leading at the sharp end ahead of Edwards, but Edwards, the championship in sight, pushing hard here, wants to get past Clear Hughes, get himself into the lead. It's going to be too wide now, goes to the outside for turn 4 and 5. Can he go for the undercut? Not quite, but up the inside comes Halliburton to take that second place back. Successful undercut there by Kane Halliburton in the 33 car. Secures the spot from Edwards, although Edwards might dive up the inside here. Chooses to stay wide. Cat looking for an opening as well. No real change up here at the front, apart from Tom Ward has made it past Ben Daniels. But that's about it so far. Looking a little bit further back in our field, we've got some big action around Bill Fraser. He just dove straight down through the chicane there. Quite a creative line, almost cutting off the apex there. In fact, I think he did. He may have actually given himself a slowdown there. Currently running back in 17th place. Up 4 spots. Not been the best qualifying for him so far. Tom Ward runs wide. Possibly a move here for Cox. Or he's just gone past Cox into 5th place. Bring Tom Ward into attacking range now for your lead group of Hughes, Edwards, Halliburton and Cat. Position Tom Ward very much wants to be in. Can Edwards secure first place and get a gap before Tom Ward becomes a relevant part of this conversation? That'll have to be the question we ask. Hughes holds the position, Halliburton where they started, top 4 in fact, in their starting positions. So only real mover in our top 10 so far has been Tom Ward, up 2 spots. Lap number 4 now is starting. Difficult track for overtaking, as we're being told by Fahim Antonidez, one of the drivers who isn't racing here today. But being a bike track, it is narrow, not many opportunities. Good run out of the final corner, good run through some of the chicanes might give you a chance, but it's difficult here as... Oh, Clay Hughes has lost the lead now to Kane Halliburton. Edwards fighting Hughes as well for second. Could this be a big shuffle? There we go, down into the chicane. Bit of a shuffle. Oh, cars bumping each other. Tom Ward takes a hit there. Oh, Anthony Cat had to brake hard. In fact, hit the back there of Edwards. And then gets hit by Tom Ward, who both go sideways. Cox manages to avoid, but... Wow, getting close. Kane Halliburton now your race leader, as we have, I believe that's going to be Cox diving onto pit road there. Actually, no, Anthony Cat dives to pit road, moving Tom Ward up to the 4th spot here by proxy. New race order, Halliburton, Hughes, Edwards. Now Tom Ward in 4th place, up 3 positions from where he started. Doing what he needs to do to make it relevant to this race. Can Tom Ward be our winner? He's got a championship leader and some very hungry cars ahead of him to get past. Number 5 now, a 15 for tonight. Weather conditions are good for the race. We're looking at air temperature 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Track's about 99. Wind southerly 4 miles an hour, so not too big a deal. Relative humidity is about 40%, so quite low for this location here down in Alabama. Clearly he is looking for an opportunity to make a move back on Halliburton and answer that question. Not finding an option right now. Does his best to try and locate something, but it's just not playing for him at the second in time. Difficult for overtaking opportunities. These guys really not able to find much they can use. We will take an opportunity to look for the points in a second, but right now Edwards really looking hungry now for Clay Hughes' spot in 2nd place. Tom Ward hasn't gained yet, but Ben Daniels coming closer now. He could also bring himself into this equation if he tries. Not got an opportunity yet though. Everyone just still trying to find their pace. But a bit of big spread in qualifying in terms of their times. It seems as though the difficulty in overtaking really showing here. No one really found an opportunity unless you get a massive overspeed out of turn 3 here over the crest. A chance into turn 4, but seems one of our few chances. That over-under in 4 and 5, really the only guaranteed passing opportunity other than an inside jab with a great launch down the start-finish straight. Not seeing much of that yet. Anthony Cat, after his pitting, has come out to 23rd place. That's quite a distance back now for him. Who have we had move so far? Tim Adcock back in the series. He's up from 22nd to 16th. Good move from him. 23rd, Tom Barry to 15th place. 12th to 8th is SJ Dunning. He's moving forwards. Looking at the lead now as we've got side-by-side action. Hughes and Edwards. Edwards is probably going to take second place here, but it brings Ward into the question. Ward now closing rapidly on second and third place. Halliburton very clear now in the lead. 2-3 wide there, approaching the second chicane. Clay Hughes maintains second place there, just. And here comes Ben Daniels. On Tom Ward, not a chance for him. Edwards makes it past Clay Hughes, though, into second place for the championship leader. Absolutely what he wanted to have happen there. Now he just has to reel in Halliburton, that 33 machine, and he's got a chance at a win for this thing. But a hard-charging Tom Ward could definitely spoil that party. Not to say, of course, Halliburton and Hughes would have nothing to say about this. I absolutely think they would, but for the moment it's looking pretty clear. And with that, have a look at those championship points, actually, whilst we're talking about it. Simon Edwards, of course, your points leader. 3 wins this season so far out of 9 starts. 232 points. Behind him, 223, Kane Halliburton. So himself and Clay Hughes third place on 220. So 3 points separating second and third. Position in this race could change that. Behind them, Matt Cox, Anthony Catt in the 5th place. Ben Daniels, Clark Williams, Anthony Des, Bill Fraser joined 9th with Darrell Taylor. Great result for him to be in the top 10 in points, and Daniel J. Cook in 10th place. The points right now very much jumbled, and some guys going to get some really great points in this thing if they can get some final good results on this season. Halliburton, though, looking like he's going to have an advantage points-wise on Hughes. Edwards now in second place. That's a position separating them. If Kane Halliburton can hold on and win this, there's a big championship boost for him. Would see him really secure that second place. Tom Ward, he's a wild card. He's not really in the points. He's not run enough this season. So, wow, he's definitely in a position now where he's racing for glory rather than points. So you kind of discount wherever he finishes compared to those top 3 who are fighting in points. And even at this stage, 10 points difference between first and second is not a lot. Into the final corner now. Start lap number 8. Tom Ward runs very wide there, recovers it just onto the racing line. Could have been a disaster, but an experienced driver like Ward knows how to not spin the car when you head onto the grass. Halliburton's gap staying constant right now, but just about 0.6 of a second. Oh, whoa, Edwards slides it very hard there. Opportunity for Hughes. Isn't able to capitalize because of the nature of that corner. Blocked in behind Edwards, but has a good run now down to 4 and 5. Not going to be close enough in time. Tom Ward looks for a big dive. Huge dive there by Tom Ward. I heard a Stuka siren wailing somewhere for that one. That was a massive dive there by the Thrustmaster Milano driver. Although position re-secured by Clay Hughes, and kind of good job no one got hit there. I saw Ward's car really wiggling under the brakes. Desperate to make it past third place right now. Lap car ahead of your leaders. Hughes holding on now. Edwards second place. Daniels holding on right behind him here. He's still looking good in the 5th spot. A little bit further back, we've got some good racing going on here between Maltby, Bass and Tufts. The 16, 19 and 34 cars racing back here in 19th, 18th and 17th place. Slow car on the inside getting out of the way for them. Right behind them, Anthony Cat, who started 4th, closing in on that group of cars, so he could be interesting in this story. Can he get past those guys and try and recover as many spots as possible? Of course, Cat ended up with some serious damage after that contact in the first chicane. Doing his best now to recoup what he can. Back inside the top 20, but has he got a chance to pass 3 or 4 cars here? That could be a good one for him. Closing rapidly now on the back of Maltby. Have a look on board here with Anthony Cat. Big overspeed there, running down the start-finish line into the first corner. Can he find a chance to use that speed? Not yet, he can't. Looks to the inside of Maltby, didn't quite get it done. Jumps back in line. Good overspeed now, coming up towards the crest. Up towards 3, and now to 4. Good speed, looks to the outside. Is he going to go for the over-under move? Goes round for the outside, pulls in wide. Holds around the outside there of Maltby, just overholds the gap and could maintain the inside line here for this chicane. Will he move himself up now to the 18th spot? Has the line. Side by side into the chicane with Maltby, too wide there. And it now goes to, oh, Cat has to run wide on the exit because of the line he took. Maltby back on the inside. Opportunity there for Maltby to secure this spot, but it should go to Cat here with how the next chicane is set up. He makes the move past, but they've lost a lot of time to the cars ahead. Great racing though between these two guys back in 18th, 19th place. Back to your leaders. And the gap's still pretty constant, although the gap to Halliburton has come down now. Edwards a little bit closer. Halliburton using the draft off a slow car there, one of the banana machines, I believe, to get himself a bit further ahead. Didn't really help him much. Edwards, Hughes, Ward, and Daniels behind them. Joined by Jack Hobbs as well. Getting ever closer. Into 4 and 5 now. We see an attempted move by Ward again. His dive bomb last time by was massive. Could it be a good chance to use it? Not sure, but a big dive there by Ben Daniels to close that gap on the cars ahead. No pass opportunity, but he has cut the gap down. Lap 10 we're on right now, so it's going to be 5 to go at the end of this lap. Race has flown by. Into chicane again. Oh, bit overcooked there by Hughes into that first chicane. Nearly ran into the back of Edwards as they left it. Would have been disastrous for those two. Gap to Halliburton really small now. Edwards looking for a chance. Goes to the outside for the second chicane. Is he going to be able to carry that speed through, though? That's the question. Tries to carry it, has to back out, loses some time, holds the inside line. Not sure where this is going. Loses massive speed. Here goes Hughes to the inside. Also coming through will go Tom Ward. Simon Edwards looking like he's dropping back to 4th place with one fell swoop. He has. Tom Ward through to 3rd place. Claire Hughes up to 2nd here. Halliburton loving all the fighting in his rearview mirror now. 5 to go as we cross the line this time by. Some big shakeups now as the leaders fight. Of course, bringing the likes of Hobbs, Cox, Cook, and Dunning back into this equation as they do so. But the one happy driver at the front is the 33 of Kane Halliburton. This really helps his opportunities, especially the further back you see Simon Edwards go. Kane Halliburton is loving this. He has championship opportunities opening up for him. And, wow, anything's possible. There's a couple of rounds left to go, so he has a chance. It's just under 10 points between them. The opportunity is there. Right now, Halliburton in 1st, Edwards in 4th. That cuts that difference right down. Of course, there will be a drop to count, but passing Tom Ward on a points charge, who's just really looking for the glory, going to be a very difficult prospect for Simon Edwards there. Perhaps we'll see Tom Ward back as a full-time competitor next season, but this time by, he is simply racing for race wins. Not in the points question at all as he looks at Hughes. Can he get a chance here to get past the Welsh driver? One of those difficult to pass sections now where it's unlikely, but mistakes have happened. We've seen that. Mistakes mean places. Everyone following conga line now out onto start finish line. 4 to go here at Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama. Racing very much fun. 2.38 miles this track, 16 corners. Again, predominantly a motorcycle track, because if you look at the back straight just behind us, that is the National Motorbike Museum, or a major US motorcycle museum here at the circuit. which commonly hosts bike racing. 3 wide and the lead now into turn 4. Halliburton very much mugged here. Claire Hughes to the lead now. Tom Ward tried as well, but Tom Ward's gonna fall back into 3rd realistically. Although I can guarantee he will dive with a slight overlap now into the first chicane. This is about to get messy. I make my prediction now. I'm not thinking everyone's making it out of this one. Side by side between Halliburton and Hughes. Ward drops back to 3rd. Doesn't want to get involved in that tangle in front of him. Hughes secures the lead now. Halliburton looks to the outside. Hasn't really got much chance to move it. Drops back in. So Claire Hughes to the front now. Another look here by Kane Halliburton. Ward and Edwards now fighting side by side there. Ducking and diving. This is like watching a Second World War dogfight between fighter aircraft here as the cars zip and zab up the track, down the track, looking for an opportunity. Onto the start-finish line they'll come now. One last corner. Onto lap 13 here. Laps counting down very rapidly at this stage of the race. Hughes, your leader, ahead of Halliburton. Good opportunistic pass there by Hughes. Ward still shouldn't be counted out. 3rd place is a dangerous spot for him. Edwards, though, looking hungry. He knows he needs the points. Sad to see for him, Antonidas not in that points question this season, nor Bill Fraser, but both champions in their own right, both expected to have a great time next season as the crowd congregate here in 4 and 5. Oh, contact there with Halliburton and Ward. Things getting a little pushy here on lap 13. Edwards staying wide, doesn't want to necessarily get straight involved in this. As around the outside looks Halliburton. Can he use it to his advantage? Hughes at the inside. Cuts it through. Halliburton gets the run. Kane Halliburton gets back ahead here of Claire Hughes. Tom Ward looks to try and keep the opening open. Has a nose in there. Hughes has to leave it wide, but he gets the run through. Tom Ward ran onto the grass and lost speed. Here comes Edwards into 3rd place. Secures it before the 3rd and final chicane of the lap. Running order almost returning to normal here. Fantastic racing tonight from the Monday Night Skippys UK Skip Barber Racing School Series here on RaceSpotTV. Don't forget to check out our partners in the channel description. Of course, CALM, the Campaign Against Living Miserably, an anti-suicide charity, does great work. And of course, Esteban's Ballo's Track Pack for Gourmets. You want your cameras to look like ours? That's who you go to. Claire Hughes leads the way, or doesn't lead the way, in fact, behind Kane Halliburton. In 2nd place there. Simon Edwards 3rd. Tom Ward in 4th. Frustrated is Ward. Lap 14 now. 2 to go here. The opportunity to take each other out is very high, as Fahim is hoping they don't. Watching his teammate from the sidelines. Here comes Hughes again. Has the inside line on Halliburton. Can Halliburton over under him again? Going to be on a wider angle. Hughes gets a great run through. Side by side now for your leaders. Loses some speed, of course. Gives a chance here to Edwards and Ward. Edwards stays in line. Ward looks to the inside. Edwards covers. Halliburton has the lead. Oh, little contact there with Hughes as the order stays the same through the first chicane. The racing phenomenal here at the front tonight. 2nd chicane, no change. Although a good run here by Edwards. Can he look for 2nd place? Pops out, as does Hughes. 3 wide at the lead there. Little contact for Edwards. Side by side here for Hughes and Halliburton. Hughes has a good line on the inside there. Could help him, but Halliburton secures it back. Tom Ward looking as well on Edwards now into the penultimate corner. Tom Ward's going to dive it in there. You know he will. Edwards forced wide, but he has the inside line for the final corner. Side by side through here. Could be interesting as there's a little bit of a tap again. Tom Ward runs very wide. Has to get off the gas there across the grass. Holds his place somehow. Ben Daniels moves up here on Simon Edwards. This is tense. Final lap now here at Barber Motorsports Park. Round number 9 here of Monday Night Skippys. Round number 10, I apologise. Don't know why I thought it was 9. Oh yeah, my mind blocks out that night race at Mid-Ohio. That's probably why. You could say my memories are blank, just like their view screens. Kane Halliburton leads the way. Claire Hughes 2nd place. Tom Ward in third as in comes, oh, contact with Daniels there and Hobbs. Hobbs will get the chance though to go through. Keep your eyes on first and second, and Tom Ward in third. Can Ward pull victory from the jaws to defeat here? Can Clay Hughes get his first win? Can Kane Halliburton hold on here at Barber? Big opportunities, looking, not finding. Kane Halliburton keeps control right now. Final lap, less than half a lap to go here at Barber Motorsports Park. And it's going to be an upset win for either Kane Halliburton or Clay Hughes, the way things are looking. Tom Ward desperate for second place, desperate for a shot at the lead. Not going to find the chance though. Things are looking Kane Halliburton's favour. Can he hold them off? Tom Ward tried again, didn't find it. Edwards back and forth, no prayer for him. Halliburton, 2 corners to go. Can he do this? Oh, contact! 3 cars are taken out of this thing. 2 of them hold on. Oh, contact. We'll look at that after the finish of the result. And it's going to be Kane Halliburton there, unchallenged at the end because of that contact. Kane Halliburton, enough time to weave across the start-finish line, will win at Barber. Second place goes to Clay Hughes. Ben Daniels in third in the end. Jack Hobbs in fourth. Simon Edwards crawls across in 5th place. We're going to go right back and take a look at that one. Tom Ward involved in that moment. We'll have a look right now whilst it's fresh for us. And they're coming into the penultimate corner. You'll see that replay up on your screen in just a second now. And they're coming in. Tom Ward dives it up the inside of Clay Hughes. Didn't have the room. Clear? I'm trying to work out from this angle who came across on who, but Tom Ward actually comes up the track there, contacts Hughes, puts him sideways, is run into by an unfortunate Simon Edwards there, and boom, catastrophe in the penultimate moments there of the race. Well, that I'm sure will be discussed at length in the forums. I intend to read it and enjoy it. But without further ado, your finishing results here at round number 10 at Barber. Kane Halliburton comes home with a win tonight with Clay Hughes in 2nd place, Ben Daniels in 3rd. Jack Hobbs, Simon Edwards is your 5th place finisher. Matt Cox, Daniel Cook, SJ Dunning in 8th place with Andrew Leach and Tony Stack in 10th. Anthony Catt, Peter Cowan, Tom Barry, Ethan Bass, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts, Simon Maltby, Dave Kirkman, Stefan Nobes in 18th place with Chris Morris and Jonathan Rex in 20th. Rest of the results on your screen as a little bit of a controversial finish there at Barber. Not sure I saw a net code at all, but we definitely saw hunger, let's call it. Great race, of course, as always here at Barber, but wow, things definitely panned out in an interesting fashion. Hopefully get a chance to talk to some of these drivers now as we get towards the end of this race. You will, of course, be able to catch us same time next week on Monday Night Skippys, which will be a race where I'm not going to be on the comms for once because I'm going to be out of the country. But you will still have RaceSpotTV covering all the action. Hopefully Linus will be back for them and it will be a good one. But waiting now for our drivers to see if any one of them will come for an interview. It's a tall order, but somebody might come and want to talk to us. I find it's always a bit of a gamble every week at Monday Night Skippys to see who's going to step up and appear. I know if Fahim's in the top 3, he'll always appear. Simon Edwards tends to. Might get a chat with him tonight, that could be fun. Not sure we've had Halliburton or Hughes yet. Never Tom Ward, weirdly enough. Well, things looking like we don't have any drivers who want to come and talk to us tonight. We're feeling lonely, so we're going to sign off as RaceSpotTV. We will catch you same time next week here from Monday Night Skippys. You've been amazing. We'll see you then.